Hey guys, what is going on? This is Chris here with a look ahead to week 3 of the NFL. Hope everyone had a good week 2 last week. As I did, I think my highest score was a 138, so not too bad. Cashed a little bit, so hopefully for the same this week. So there is a lot of guys that I'm liking, a lot of high price, a lot of low price guys. So this is probably a cash game lineup since a lot of these guys are going to be owned. Um, so let's get into it. All right, so for quarterback, I really like Tom Brady for obvious reasons against Jacksonville. We saw what he did last week against a good Bills defense, just destroyed them. Jacksonville is definitely not that good at all. They did win last week, but I think Brady will destroy them. So good upside for him. I also like Matt Ryan as well. Um, and a little bit cheaper guy. I am a Carolina Panthers fan, but I personally don't like Cam Newton too much, but I do like him in this matchup against New Orleans. Um, Cam Newton hasn't been doing too bad. He's been running a little bit since he doesn't have any wide receivers, so I'm expecting probably about 22 or 23 for him. He's middle class price guy, so but I'm gonna go with Tom Brady here. Next, going with Marshawn Lynch. He was a disappointment last week against Green Bay, but Lynch usually does a lot better at home. He is questionable, but he should play, so I'm going with Lynch. I also like Jamar Charles as well. Um, I like Le'Veon Bell. He's a little more expensive. He's playing a hard Rams defense, but I think Bell will do just fine. But I'm going to go with Lynch against Chicago. Not that good of a defense, we all know. So I'm going to go with Lynch. I'm going to go with a cheap pick here with Chris Polk against a not that good of a Tampa Bay defense. Very, very cheap pick here. You can also go with Darren Sproles if LaShawn McCoy is not going to play. Don't know if he will or not. It's either Alfred Blue or Chris Polk, but I think Chris Polk is getting more carries, so hopefully he can get you about 60 or 70 yards today. On Sunday. So cheap option, maybe get you about 10 fantasy points, which would be nice from him. Next, going on to wide receiver. I really do like Julio Jones, but I just cannot get him in there. I like Julian Edelman against Jacksonville. Tom Brady's #1 receiver besides Gronkowski. I also do like Brandon Marshall a lot here against the Eagles. Eric Decker, he's a little banged up, so Marshall should get a lot of catches as well. So either guy, Marshall or Edelman, Marshall's a little bit cheaper, so you can, maybe get an extra running back or something for an extra $200 or $300 more, or something like that. Next, going Dante Moncrief. Don't know if he'll do as good as he did last week since T.Y. Hilton did play last week, but he's a little bit healthier now. Andre Johnson, so Moncrief is probably going to be second, third wide receiver for Andrew Luck. Luck has been struggling here. He did play good Jets defense, but he should do better against terrible Tennessee defense. So hopefully Moncrief can get you about 60 or 70 yards, maybe about 12 points in fantasy. It's not bad for $6,000. Moving down to my third string wide receiver. I'm liking James Jones only because this game is supposed to be very, very, very high scoring. So hopefully James Jones can get some touches. Maybe you can go with Pierre Garçon here tonight against the Giants. Garçon doesn't have too much upside, but he is #1 wide receiver, so he will get a lot of touches. So maybe about 12 or 13 from Garçon. Also, really, really like Stevie Johnson for a cheap price as well. Number 2 receiver for Phillip Rivers. So I really do like Stevie Johnson. So for me, Stevie Johnson or James Jones you pick. But I picked James Jones because a little bit more upside because it can be a higher scoring game. So hopefully he can get you another touchdown. Moving on to tight end, Rob Gronkowski. For obvious reasons, against Jacksonville, he should put up big numbers here once again. Very expensive, but I'm going to go with him. So I'm really liking Gronkowski, there's no reason to explain why. We all know he's the best tight end. So next going with Phil Dawson. I'm only picking him here because of field goal reasons. Arizona's pretty good defense, so they may hold Giants to field goals. So maybe about 3 field goals from him, maybe 1 or 2 extra points. So expecting about 12 to 14 points here from Phil Dawson. Hopefully that happens. Last but not least, liking the Patriots defense, really stacking up against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Patriots don't have the best defense, but they're playing Jacksonville, which is struggling a little bit. Like I said, their offense was not too bad last week with Robertson doing very well. But I'm going to pick the Patriots. There's also, that's not my number one defense. I really, really like the Cardinals here as well. I think I said earlier, but I like Palmer as quarterback as well. I'm not really digging the Texans. I think they're definitely overpriced for what they've been doing, so I don't really like them. Like I said, I'm a Carolina Panthers fan, but I do think that New Orleans is going to score a little bit, so I'm not too big on them. So yeah, guys, I'm going to go with the Patriots here. So, alright, guys, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Leave a like. Alright, guys, hope everyone has a good Sunday for NFL.